with Devin Lucien. Devin, can you just briefly recap Saturday's game? What was your thoughts on the team's performance? You guys racked up almost 600 yards on offense, but still there was just not a level of real satisfaction. Talk about that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There wasn't a real level of satisfaction between my brothers and I. We came out with 600 yards, but we left probably like 300 to 400 yards out on the field, and we weren't satisfied with our play at all, especially me individually. I wasn't satisfied with my play, but I know that everybody, if they looked at themselves individually, they wouldn't be satisfied with the way they played either. And it really humbled us. It put us in check about that people can play with us, and we're going to come out and play better, hopefully, against an Oregon State defense.
When you watch film, what do you see about your game that you thought you did well, and things that you thought you could improve on?
That fumble, that really brought me down a lot. That's really all I can think about. But another thing, when I catch the ball in practice, I'm able to make a move and get to the sideline and go up the field. In college, I've noticed that the game is a lot faster than practice, so I'm going to have to cut up field right away when I get the ball instead of going from sideline to sideline, get more north and south. It's another thing I need to improve on, and it will be improved on, and that's really it. I feel like everything else is really much set in place.
We did see you do some of that, though, against Nebraska, right, where you, after a catch, and you really put some moves on, try to get physical with some of those corners, right, and get some extra yardage.
Yeah, I mean, and it worked against Nebraska. It was a different play. It was a different look from the defense, and I need to be able to look at a defense and tell when I can do that and when I can't do that. And now, in that instance, I wasn't able to do that.
When you commit a turnover like you did against Houston, how do you try and get Brett Hundley to keep that confidence in you? Do you guys talk about that? Do you address that?
Me and Brett Hundley are like brothers, and he knows that wouldn't happen on occasion, and we have 100% trust in each other. When he messes up, I know that he'll be perfectly fine. I go to him, I say, let's just be better. And when I mess up, he'll come up to me. So that fumble will not have or will never have any kind of doubt in our relationship at all.
I wanted to ask you the other day was, after making such a big catch, you've made quite a few big catches. You're just so emotional out there. You really throw everything out there. You show what your passion. Where does that come from? Because it seems like it's after every big play you make, especially started with that Rice game, then against Nebraska after those big plays.
It just comes from redshirt, and I felt like I should have played last year, and everybody that knows me knows that. And since I redshirted, every time I'm on the field, I try to take advantage of it. And to be perfectly honest, I was not like that in high school. I was very calm after a big play, and I think it has a lot to do with me being young still. I need to be able to keep poise after a big play like that and not act out the way I have been acting. And that's really it. I never had those kind of emotions, but I think it has a lot to do with me redshirting while those emotions have been building up. So I'll know when and where to do that from now on.
So you think that when we see these big catches, that's just your emotion is not gonna be showing as much because you're kind of now.
I'm starting to get more used to what it is that I'm doing and my role on this football team.
Lastly, Oregon State, the challenge against playing a team like that at home, your Pac-12 opener. Talk about that.
Firstly, we're not really, I don't want to say we're not worried about Oregon State because they're a great team and they're a great defense, but with the way we play, we feel like we're more going against ourselves. If we play to our standard and we do what we're supposed to do, we feel like everything else will take care of ourselves, especially with the great defense we have and the great defensive plays that they've been making. We have a great defense, and I feel like if we play against our old standards and we do what we do, I think everything else will take care of itself.
And it helps when you guys score in 16 seconds.
Yes, it does.
Thanks, Devin.